This is the ZWO Seestar S50, and if, like me, you want to look up at the stars but not spend a huge sum of money, then this might just be the smart telescope for you. So you just saw me unbox the Seestar. I'm going to call it the Seestar because I think the ZWO Seestar S50 is a bit long-winded. You get the Seestar, you get the tripod, and you get the solar mount. Charging cable, instruction manual. Really simple. The only other thing you need is a mobile device, iOS or Android, and it can be a tablet or a phone, and you install the Seestar app. That is all you need to take pictures of stuff in space. And I think that is just absolutely awesome. Now, why are you here though? Or why am I making this video? Well, the Seestar is a really good product and it should really be sold way more than it does. But when I did my YouTube research for this, I found loads of videos of it in the US and videos of it across Europe, but I didn't find any videos of it specifically in the United Kingdom, especially in an area like I am, which is Hertfordshire, which is quite heavily light polluted. It's a really disappointing situation that's not going to change. And I really struggled to find, will this work in the UK and give me anything worthwhile? Now, you'll be able to judge that for yourself when I show the demo pictures that I've got later. But for now, just accept that personally, yes, I think it works. You've already heard me say it's brilliant, I love it, but you can make those judgments yourself later. Now, I'm not going to lie, let me just put that down there before I drop it. I am no specialist in telescopes, space or photography. I know the very basics and that's it. So if you're looking for in-depth specifications, then I'm sorry, this is all you're getting. This is copied and pasted from the ZW webpage. Feel free to read it. If you need to read it and be a little bit slower, click pause now. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on talking and yeah, it's gone. So sorry, rewind, pause, you can read that. I'm sure that's all really important stuff, but for me, for someone that just wanted to take pictures of stuff outside easily and quickly, that really didn't factor into what I was researching for. I wanted a product that I can just walk outside, set up and go. I didn't want to spend huge sums of money. I didn't want a van to carry that stuff around. And I wanted it to be simple. And honestly, the Seestar does that. Now, before we go into any more kind of info on that, who is it not for? Well, it's not going to be for the people who expect pictures like this. This picture I'm going to have stolen from NASA. And then this picture I'm going to have stolen from NASA. And then maybe this picture I took from a photography blog somewhere that I can find that says I can use their image. Those pictures are amazing. Don't get me wrong, they blow my mind whenever I see them. But they are taken with equipment that costs tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds, or when it comes to the backyard astrophotographers, thousands to 10,000s worth of pounds, because they're talking about having a giant telescope, a expensive camera, or the mounting system, the tilt, the computerized gimbal so it can track things. All of that costs huge sums of money. This costs £450. I do not have very, very, very deep pockets. I have been saving for that for 9 months. I put away a little bit of money each month because this is what I really wanted. And it made it affordable. So who is it for? It's for those of you not with deep pockets like me. And like I said at the very beginning of this, it's for those of you that want to walk outside, turn on their phone, turn on a device and go, find me this, and get blown away by what you can see. Okay, enough talking. Let's go outside. It's sunny at the moment and I'm going to demo how you can take a picture of the sun and you can just see how quick it is. And then the video after that it'll be pitch black. I'll be out at the Ashridge Estate in Hempstead, and you can just see some of the things we can capture in the UK in a vaguely dark area. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so here we have the Seestar S50 and it's gloriously sunny out here, beautiful blue sky. As you can imagine, we're not going to see any galaxies, but this can do one other trick, and that is take pictures of the sun. And included in the unboxing, you saw an orange and silver filter. That is the sun filter. And I thought, let's show you in real time what it looks like turning this on and getting a picture of the sun. So let me get my phone out. First thing we need to do is turn on the Seestar itself. So you hold down the power button until it beeps, and then you need to wait until it says powering on, ready to connect. So that takes a couple of moments. So while we do that, I'm just going to start recording, because we need to record my screen so you can see what's going on the phone. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to launch the Seestar app. I'll come onto the Seestar page, and any moment now this is going to go
ready to connect.
Just like that, powering on, ready to connect. So I'm going to click connect. I'm going to choose my telescope, which is funnily enough the only one that I can connect to. I'm going to join it as it does it via Wi-Fi, and we'll be connected in a moment. It's not the world's quickest thing. Do not expect to be able to put this down and within 30 seconds you're taking pictures. You need to do a few bits and pieces. So for example, every now and then you're going to get asked to calibrate the compass. And for those of you old enough to remember mobile phones when compasses were first introduced on them, sometimes you had to do a figure of 8 thing with it. Well, on this you've got to turn it a few times slowly, and it then registers the compass and it knows where it's going. So let's get back into the app, and let's actually make sure it's recording this time, because it seems to stop recording every time the screen closes, which is annoying. Here we go. Here's the app, and what we need to do is we're going to go to Solar System. We can see that we're connected, and the only thing available to us at the moment on the planet side is the sun. So we're going to choose the sun and we're going to go to. And now we end up on this screen. Now this screen is what the telescope itself can see, and the reason it's orange at the moment is because it's got the solar filter on. So I'm going to say, yep, it's already installed. Really important that you put the solar filter on, because if you don't and you point this at the sun, just like any camera with a lens in front of it and your eyeball, you look at the sun, it's going to destroy the sensor. So it's now trying to find the sun. It's doing that via GPS and via the computer and via maths. Obviously the sun will be rotating around the sun until the Earth gets destroyed. So by maths we could even work out where the sun is going to be at any day and time of year, however many years in the future or however many years in the past. It's all calculable. Calculable? Yeah, that'll do as a word, hey. So right, the Seestar's gone past it, and it's going to start horizontally aligning itself. So it's going to start slowly coming back now. There's 2 motors on this. One motor goes up and down, and that's how we're going to see the sky. And the other one goes left to right in a 360 manner. And that basically allows us to see anything in a 360-degree almost kind of world. So we're slowly tracking back now, as you can see on the app, and there's nothing really exciting in the app. Let's go through the screen very quickly. You've got time-lapse, photo and video, very common. Haven't done time-lapse, but photo and video are what we care about. And as this rotates around, we're going to see somewhat the live view going on behind the screen. Oh my God, it is absolutely roasting at the moment. I'm probably burning. Thank you for being ginger. But remember, this is real time. So I am padding this out, but I'm not going to fast forward through it, because I think it's important you see the speed that this actually works. Right, is the sun in the center? No, because it's not in the screen. So we're going to say no, and we're going to see what it does. Are we still moving? Right, we're not moving. So what we can do is come back here and we can go gazing, retarget the sun, yes. Now this does occasionally happen. This could be down to the compass isn't quite accurate, the horizontal alignment isn't quite accurate, or it could just be that I've done something wrong. In the couple of weeks that I've owned this, I think it's only failed to target maybe 2 or 3 times. So that's really not that bad when you consider the technology involved in what it's doing. So it's moving to the left again, and now hopefully it's going to start moving to the right, and it will start to try and find the sun again. Failing that, there is a manual option. You can use left, right, and drag your thumb around to move, almost like a joystick, move the telescope itself around so you end up seeing what you want. Right, so we're slowly back moving to the right. And hopefully this time it will keep going and it will spot it. And you'll know that it's starting to find it, because if you watch the screen you'll see what sort of optics are involved and what sort of zoom factor there is, because it's very, very unmistakable when the sun is on screen. Okay, it's moving right. Ah, that's better. It's gone a bit further this time. Yeah, it's still going right, still going right. So hopefully this time that was just a little glitch with it, which is expected on anything that's technology based. Yeah, screen's getting brighter, so it's getting towards the sun, and there we go. The sun is coming into view. Here we go. Is the sun in the center? Yes, it is. And what we're doing, we're going to click that button which keeps the sun in the center of the screen. So this is now going to track the sun as it moves. And we're going to press autofocus to make sure it's got the best focus it can on the sun.
Autofocus completed.
Perfect. And there we go. There is our sun right now. So I'm going to take a photo of it. And then what we'll do, we're going to zoom in and see what the 2x zoom looks like. Now we can hit autofocus again. Not that I think we need to.
Autofocus completed.
Take another photo, and then we can have the 4x zoom if we really want to. And we'll take another photo. Now let's come back to the 1x zoom, because the other option we can do here, other than the time lapse, which I don't think is worth doing today, is we can come onto video and we can record the video of it. And obviously everything that I've taken here you're seeing in the phone, but I'll put up the examples on the screen now as well so you can see what the quality of them are. It's all recorded in 1080 by 1920. I think that's enough of a video of the sun for now, and that's it. So the next time you join me, it's going to be the pitch black, and I'll show you how we find a nebula and what else you can do with the app at that point. So let's just exit out of this very quickly, and what you've got to make sure you do, you don't have to do close arm, but you click on your telescope, shut it down, and it will shut down. And that is it. That's going to turn itself off. See you in a bit. Right, we are in the middle of a very dark field. Now, sod's law, checking on my phone, and like I said at the beginning of the video, if you read the text, you need to download the Met Office weather app. Why? Well, I can't show you because it's so dark, but right now, it is cloudy. So if I dial up the app now for you to see, very simple, let's come over to the Met Office app and launch it. Under maps, we can change it to cloud cover, and you can see what the cloud cover is going to be for the next couple of hours in your area. And I'm just looking at mine, and I can see that it's going to start to clear in the next hour. So right now, it's a bit of a lemon. It's cloudy as far as I can see, so I didn't think it was worth going to the darkest area I could find. But I think this is also a good test, because what you want to know is, will this work where I live? Because I'm lucky, 20 minutes down the road is a very dark area, and okay, it's not null of light pollution. In fact, it's definitely not considered dark skies, but it's darker than this is. So just over there is the M1 with all the street lamps. Just over there is a road that's got street lamps, and the village I live in is over there, and we've just got a dull yellow light coming from over there. So it's not ideal, but that should prove that this little telescope can still deliver the goods that you're looking for. Things that I missed about earlier before I kind of leave you to it until the clouds disappear and I get back to watching Bob's Burgers. This tent, £8 in the sale at Wilkinson's at the moment. I cannot recommend buying something like this more. I was out in the field the first couple of nights I had this, and even though it had been a nice balmy 30-31 degrees centigrade, I started to get cold because of the breeze and wearing very little like I am now. But with this, it just stops the wind getting to you. It gives you somewhere to put all your kits, and my iPads here, my filming stuff, the boxes. So I'm really quite comfortable here. So if you can buy something like this for a few pounds, it's well worth it. It makes it a lot more comfortable. It also means I can turn around, lie down and just look directly up at the sky and watch the meteorite showers as it happens. Secondly, the telescope can be used as a telescope. So during the day you can set it to telescope mode and you can zoom in on whatever you want and use the little remote control on the screen to zoom it around and zoom in on what you want to look at. Well, I think that's about it for now, until the clouds go away. And then you can join me in a couple of, well, hopefully about half an hour, I think, and we'll see if we can find a nebula. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so the clouds are starting to clear ever so slightly. I've been here about 45 minutes now. Now I've got a feeling they're not going to clear enough to get a picture tonight, which is going to be a really big shame. And if that is the case, all I'm going to show you is the examples that I've captured in a similar location to here. Now, the 100% promise that I'm going to give you is that the photos that I show are 100% caught by this exact telescope by me. Okay, they're not going to be ones that I've downloaded off the site, off the press pack from ZWO or anything like that. They are going to be my images, no post-processing, like the sun images you saw earlier. Now we're going to come to the app, so I'm going to apologise if I'm looking at my phone more than I'm looking at the camera. That's just because I'm going to be navigating around it, and as we did earlier, we're going to have the phone on screen so you can see what I'm doing. So the app is really simple, and you saw that earlier when we were looking at the sun. And if we scroll down, one thing I particularly like is it shows you your location and it shows you what the weather is, what the weather regarding clouds might be, and it also shows you the various stages of the moon. Now sadly for us today, the moon is over there. It's got a very, very low on the horizon view, so it's not something we're going to be able to capture either. But what we're looking at now is going to be stargazing. So we're going to come onto stargazing, and this menu here gives you everything that you can potentially do. Now, I recommend this, and that is just going straight into current best and having a look at these items and think, which of these do I want to have a look at? Because these current best ones mean that they are in the visible sky right now. Whether there's cloud or not, these are in a position that the telescope can see. So obviously without the clouds, that's what you need, but if the clouds weren't there, these would be visible. So obviously we can look at Saturn, and I'll put up a picture of Saturn in a moment. It's teeny tiny, but it's still amazing to see. You've got comets, you've got galaxies, you've got the nebula, and it's just a nice little system really. It's all labelled by the scientific name, but it has also got the nicknames, or whatever you want to call them, the discovery names, if it has one. So for example, the Iris Nebula here is what I'm looking at, NGC 7023, and if we click it, we get a bit more information. So we get an up-close picture, we get the information about what the nebula or the galaxy is, and what I really like here is the visibility. So this tells you at what angle in the sky you're going to be looking at, when it's at its highest point, which makes it the most visible. And obviously for those of you that want the coordinates, that's listed there too. Now what we're not going to do is click go gazing, because if I click go gazing, I'm going to lose control of the app, because the satellite is going to go into remote control and it's going to go and automatically go and find this nebula. Instead, what I might try and do, I think because I'm still learning this myself, if I click go to, it also does that. Ah, right, okay, I'm going to click cancel, because it's not a fair test, is it? I've got a light on the camera, I've got a light right in front of me. Obviously, that's going to be really, really bad for that telescope to try and get a picture with this much light going on. But what I wanted to show you is this button here. And if we zoom out now, you can see the night sky as seen in our hemisphere, and we can scroll around it and we can see the star constellations if I zoom in a bit more. And then if we look for things like circles, and there we go, M31 for those of you that don't know is Andromeda, we can zoom in and that position in the sky is Andromeda. And the really important thing to bear in mind is that red rectangle, because that red rectangle is the size of the image that the telescope captures. So that should be quite a good picture. Now, fun fact, Andromeda is not that good a capture if you live in light pollution. You may need to stack a few hours worth of images to get a good image, and we'll try that in another video. But let me just show you another example, because like you saw in that list I just told you about, where it says about these are the best right now, if we look at C18, I don't know what C18 is, but that is how big it will appear in your picture. It is tiny and it's in the middle. And very beginning of the video I said, if you're expecting to take pictures like NASA, get over it, it's not going to happen. These are the sort of pictures you're going to be taking of the things you find. Now for me, I love that. That really doesn't bother me, because it amazes me that I can actually see these things in the sky. However, if you're looking for up-close pictures, you're going to have to invest in something bigger and far more expensive. The final little trick here is compass mode, and this just, I've not managed to get this to be particularly easy to use. That's why I've been scrolling around with my finger. But if we turn on compass mode, we get the ability to use your phone, not AR, but to look around and see what's in the sky. Now maybe if I zoom out, it gets a little bit more manageable, but you can see there it's still quite jerky. So personally, I turn the compass mode off and I scroll around the screen and zoom in at the bits I want to find. Now for any of these, and let's just go to objects and we'll go to the current best. Now really what I wanted is something directly above us, because the cloud is somewhat clearing. That's not an easy decision, is it? Let's see. So you can see here, the filter's not on. It does turn the filter on its own, and you can see actually on the phone, the bottom half of my screen's much darker than the top half, because the top half, that is cloud. That's cloud cover. There's not much I can do about that. And I'm wondering if it's even going to get the first picture. So it's coming up to its first 10-second picture. Now, I'm not holding out much hope here. That cloud cover has got thicker because now I've got no stars in that at all. Oh no, oh, look, there you go, the first image, and we've got some stars. Top right corner shows you how many images are stacked, and it does it by seconds, minutes, and then hours eventually. Yeah, honestly, I'm looking up. The cloud is breaking, but it's not breaking enough to get a decent image. So you can see there, it's, oh, the stack has failed. Image didn't have enough stars and is discarded. Basically, it's gone, I can't see enough in the sky, so there's nothing in this image that's going to benefit the images that came before it. And we're still seeing the live view. It's a very slow refresh on the live view, but we are seeing the live view here. We'll give it another moment just to see if another image does enhance on it or not. I don't think it's going to, personally. No, it's not. Yeah, there you go, not enough stars. So I think the cloud cover is just that little bit too much. So I'm going to click stop there. There's no point in carrying on. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to show you some example images. I'm going to pack up and go back home and get the example images on there for you. A little bit disappointing, but you know what? This is the other problem with living in the UK. Now, I'm sure every other country has the same problem, but we do have a lot of cloudy days, and honestly, if you've not got a good clear night, this becomes redundant. It's just not worth taking it out. So use the Met Office app like I said, but yeah, oh well, it is what it is. I've had 5 nights of really, really good quality nights, so I'm sure I can wait a few days before I get a clear night again. Oh, well, join me for the conclusion, and right now I'm going to show you a few of the images that I have taken. I'm going to make this really quick as a conclusion. The Seestar S50, sorry, the ZWO Seestar S50, aka the Seestar, is worth it. I can't say how in love I have been with this. For the past 2 weeks, I've probably been out at least 8 times in the middle of the night up to 1 o'clock in the morning, sitting down in the middle of a dark field, just watching my phone screen create these amazing images of things that are billions of miles away from here, that I will never see in my lifetime, I will never see with my eyes, but I can see with this. It has made me so happy. And yeah, I'm based in the UK, I'm based in a light polluted area, but I can still capture these images, and that's the really important thing for me. I didn't need to learn how to stack images. I didn't need to learn anything complicated about astronomy. Instead, I took it out of the box and I got on with it. The app was really simple, it's kept up to date, and the really good news is, if any of you have ever had a DJI drone, and you'll know the pain if you have, you've gone out to fly, you've turned the app on, there's a firmware update, and oh god, I've got no phone signal, and guess what, you can't fly. Well, this, as long as the app is updated on your phone, the app contains the firmware. So yeah, one evening I went out, plugged it in, turned on the app, there's a firmware update. Nothing I could do about it, but it transferred it from my phone to the device, the Seestar updated, and it was done. No internet, nothing, and there was just no issues. Buy it. If you want a smart telescope that isn't thousands of pounds, that can get really nice, basic images of the stuff up in space, this is the answer. If you want anything more than that, then you're going to have to go elsewhere, but make sure you get your wallet and your credit card out, because you're not going to do it for that price. I assure you of that. And I will see you for my next video. Take it easy. Bye bye.